I was standing just outside the private dining room, holding an umbrella for Chloe, when I heard her laugh. It was the night before we were supposed to leave for our high school graduation trip together. "Are you seriously going on a trip with that guy, Sam?" her best friend Jessica asked, her voice clear. "As if," Chloe replied, laughing again. "I was just stringing him along. I already changed my ticket to go to Disneyland with Ethan. As for Sam, I'll just get a few people to scare him and snap some photos. Tell me, once his reputation is ruined, is he still going to chase after me like a lost dog?" Outside the room, my face went pale, and I clutched the umbrella handle tightly. So her promise to finally talk about her feelings for me on the trip was a complete lie. The real plan was to hire people to destroy my reputation. But Chloe, I'm not that desperate for you. That day, I threw away the umbrella I'd brought for her in the pouring rain, and I threw away that ticket full of lies. The next day, I set off on a journey to a distant city, San Diego, all by myself. This time, my life plan had no room for Chloe Anderson anymore. When Chloe spat out those mocking, hateful words, I almost collapsed. My whole body started shaking uncontrollably. I couldn't believe the girl I had known and chased for 13 years would actually hire people to ruin me, just to get me to stay away from her. Chloe, I'm not trying to judge, but that's a pretty vicious move. Ruining someone's reputation, only you would think of something like that. "What do you know?" she had said. "It's just to scare him. Besides, he's a country boy. He's not delicate like Ethan. He's seen it all. A few actresses aren't going to actually do anything to him." Chloe said it so casually, her voice tinged with impatience. "True," Jessica agreed. "It's his own fault for following you around like a simp every day. And it's obvious he's only after your family's money. Total gold digger." "You know," Chloe continued, "I should really thank Ethan. If he hadn't suggested this, I wouldn't have known how to get rid of my little shadow, Sam." The moment Chloe finished speaking, the room erupted in laughter. I didn't stick around to hear the rest. Outside the bar, the rain was coming down even harder. I couldn't stop my eyes from turning red. So a man's reputation could be casually trashed just because of a few words from someone else. But Chloe, if you really hated me that much, you could have just told me directly. I'm not that pathetic, Sam Price. I wouldn't have kept chasing you. Chloe and I were betrothed before we were even born, because my father saved her father's life when they were young. I only moved to the city when I was 5, and became Chloe's neighbor. By then, the Anderson family was already doing very well, while my family was definitely punching above our weight. But I never liked Chloe for her money. Maybe it was that first time we met as kids. I was just completely captivated by her. Or maybe it was every time my dad disciplined me, and she'd act tough but then secretly give me candy. That's what made my heart flutter. But Chloe had forgotten all of that. All she remembered was that I was a boy from the countryside, a tag-along pestering her every day for her money. But after today, Chloe, I don't love you anymore. I threw out the umbrella I had brought for her in the rain, and I threw out the ticket she had bought for me with her own hands. When I got home, I bought a new plane ticket to San Diego. The next morning, as I was about to leave for the airport, my dad, Mr. Price, called out to me. "Sam, Chloe isn't here yet. Aren't you going to wait for her?" I just smiled faintly. I'm not waiting. Because I was about to start a whole new life. Maybe it was only now that I understood why the destination on the ticket Chloe gave me was so remote, with absolutely no tourist attractions. It was probably just a random spot she pointed to on a map. After all, I had told her more than once that my favorite thing in the world was to see the ocean. So Chloe, you couldn't even be bothered to pretend to care. Before boarding, Chloe called me. I didn't answer, but she didn't give up and called again. I just turned off my phone. From now on, I wanted nothing more to do with Chloe Anderson. San Diego was beautiful. I took a ton of photos and posted them all on my social feed. Chloe used to mock me, saying only people from the sticks would show off cheap things on their socials. I was so hurt by that. I didn't post anything for years. Thinking back on it now, it was so not worth it. The photos I posted got likes and comments almost immediately. Everyone said they were beautiful. I guess that's the point of sharing, not the showing off Chloe was talking about. During my trip in San Diego, I met an upperclassman from UC Irvine named Maya Chen. She told me all about her school and showed me lots of pictures of the campus. On the day I left, we even took a picture together, which, of course, I also posted. But when I got home, happy and loaded with souvenirs, I saw Chloe sitting on the sofa. "Sam, you're back. Come on in. Chloe's been here looking for you a few times." Following my dad's gaze, I saw that Chloe did not look happy. But what did that have to do with me? I was in a great mood. After all, I had just made a new friend who was really nice to me. I ignored Chloe, dragged my suitcase toward my bedroom, but she grabbed my arm. "Sam, aren't you going to give me an explanation?" I almost laughed. How shameless could she be, demanding an explanation from me? Besides, why should I explain anything to her? Who did she think she was? Explain what? Why did you block me? And why did you suddenly change your ticket? You don't know? Chloe froze for a second. I used the opportunity to shake off her hand and turned to my dad. "Dad, I want to call off the engagement with the Anderson family." "Sam, are you crazy? Do you know what you're saying?" "Of course I do. This childhood engagement was never legally binding anyway. Plus, we're all about dating who we want now. So I'm calling it off with you." "I don't agree." Chloe was furious. "I don't need your agreement." Before I could finish, Chloe grabbed me and pulled me out the door. She was walking fast, fueled by anger, without any regard for whether I might twist an ankle. "Let go of me." I struggled hard, and thankfully Chloe finally let go. I gasped for air, beads of sweat forming on my forehead. "Sam, I just didn't go on the trip with you. Do you have to throw such a huge fit?" Chloe's face was full of impatience, as if I were the one being unreasonable. "Yes, I do. And I never knew that in your eyes, Chloe, a person's reputation is something you can just hire people to destroy." "You were outside the private room that day?" Chloe was clearly stunned. "It doesn't matter anymore, Chloe. From now on, don't worry. I won't bother you ever again." I turned to leave, but she grabbed my arm again hard. "Sam, I was just joking with you. Did you really take it seriously?" Chloe laughed. "A joke? Chloe, do you have any idea that if those indecent photos had been taken, my life would have been over? They would call me disgusting, shameless. People would point and whisper everywhere I went. Chloe, do you get that at all?" I completely lost it. I thought I could keep it all bottled up, but when Chloe laughed and dismissed it as a casual joke, I couldn't hold back anymore. The sense of injustice and rage in my heart made my voice crack. "Sam, I called you that day. You're the one who didn't pick up. Besides, I'd already told those people to cancel the plan. So even if you hadn't been outside the room, I wouldn't have let them ruin your reputation. All right, don't be mad anymore. See? I couldn't bear to see you sad after all. So just stop acting like a child. Be good. You can't just cancel a childhood engagement that easily. Oh, and that picture on your social feed with that other girl. I don't like it. Delete it." Chloe reached out to touch my face, but I smacked her hand away. "Get lost." "What did you say?" "I said get lost. Sam, my patience has its limits. Chloe, let me tell you something. Who I take pictures with is none of your business. And as for the engagement, I will absolutely call it off. Sam, you've chased me for so many years. Do you really have the heart to leave me? Besides, there's a limit to being angry. Worst case, I'll just go on another trip with you. I don't know what you're being so dramatic about. You're so hard to please. Chloe was getting mad now, her tone filled with displeasure. I don't need it. And besides, the thought makes me sick. Sick? Sam, I'm telling you, don't you regret this? The day you come crying and begging for my attention, I won't even— You're dreaming. I'm not that pathetic. Pathetic enough to keep chasing someone who wanted to ruin my life. After that ugly breakup with Chloe, I kept her blocked. But during that time, Chloe's best friend, Jessica, sent me a picture of Chloe and Ethan looking intimate. It was followed by a long, provocative message. I don't know where you get the nerve to stand up to Chloe. You're just some poor kid from the country who doesn't know his place. I suggest you come crawling back and apologize to her. And another thing, if the engagement is going to be canceled, Chloe has to be the one to do it. A hick like you doesn't have the right. See this? Chloe and Ethan are the perfect match. You're just a shameless simp. So I'd blocked Chloe, but forgot to block her loyal attack dog. I fired back without holding anything back. What? Did I insult your master? Did that trigger you? Such a good dog. I'm actually jealous. I should go to the pound and get a dog as loyal as you. Good girl. Be quiet now. Bad dogs get punished, you know. As soon as the message sent, I blocked Jessica's number and set my phone to reject calls and texts from unknown numbers. I was going to drive them crazy. Otherwise, they'd really think Sam Price was an easy target. Later, I told my dad about canceling the engagement. He respected my decision and agreed. But when he asked me for the reason, I just said I didn't love her anymore. I didn't tell him about the disgusting things Chloe had done to me. Chloe's mother, however, didn't seem willing to cancel the engagement, so the matter dragged on. But no matter what, I was determined to make a clean break with Chloe. After staying home for a few days, it was soon time to submit my college applications. Originally, I had planned to go to the same university as Chloe so I could keep chasing her. But now, the very thought of it made me want to puke. After a full day of looking at applications, I was stressing out over which school to choose when my dad told me Chloe was here. I was about to tell my dad not to let her in, but it was too late. Sam, I'm heading out to buy groceries. This is a good chance for you and Chloe to have a nice chat. Thank you, Mr. Price. Chloe was acting very polite, but it just felt fake to me. As soon as my dad left, Chloe's expression changed completely. Sam, it's been this long. Are you still mad? I kept my head down, looking at the application forms, not wanting to deal with her. Sam, I'm talking to you, Chloe yelled, losing her temper. Just because you ask something, I have to answer. Who do you think you are? My head was already hurting from the applications, and now Chloe was here annoying me, making it even worse. Sam, don't be so passive-aggressive with me. I've already forgiven you for yelling at me before. What more do you want? It was just a little joke, and you're acting like I committed some terrible crime. How about this? If you don't cancel the engagement, I'll tell you which college I applied to. Weren't you begging me to tell you as soon as I submitted my application? I'm giving you that chance now. It's up to you to take it. Seeing her smug, confident expression, I couldn't help but laugh out loud. What are you laughing at? I'm laughing at what a clown you look like, Chloe. I'm genuinely curious. Where do you get the confidence to think I'd still be shamelessly chasing after you like before? Chloe, let me tell you something. I, Sam Price, don't love you anymore. I don't want to chase you anymore, and I definitely don't want to be a simp anymore. Do you understand? If you understand, the door is to your left. Thank you. Sam, don't say I didn't warn you. Ethan and I already applied to the same university. If I end up at the same school as him, don't you dare come crying to me. Chloe was practically screaming with rage. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Chloe's face was beet red with anger, but seeing that I was ignoring her, she stormed off in a huff. But I felt incredibly liberated. This time, I had won. Over the next few days, I was still struggling with my college choice, But then I suddenly thought of my friend from the trip, Maya Chen. So I quickly arranged to meet up with her. Maya was a great person and gave me a detailed breakdown of every aspect of her school. After she finished her presentation on UC Irvine, I decisively put it down on my application. I'd actually been interested in UC Irvine since my trip to San Diego. After all, it was in a neighboring state, making it easy to go home. Plus, the school had a great reputation, ranked high among major universities, and most importantly, my scores were good enough to get in. But just as I finished my application and was about to thank Maya, I ran into Chloe and Ethan. Seriously, I should have checked my horoscope before leaving the house. What bad luck. Ethan had his arm wrapped intimately around Chloe's, and when Chloe saw me, she hugged him even tighter. "Oh, so Sam decided to apply to UC Irvine too? I thought you were still mad at Chloe and wouldn't follow her here," Ethan said, his tone dripping with sarcasm and resentment. He probably didn't want me at UC Irvine. But I wasn't going to UC Irvine for Chloe, and I didn't even know Chloe had also applied to UC Irvine. Her grades were good enough, sure, but what was Ethan doing here? He was a loser who barely scraped by with a passing score. How dare he even apply to UC Irvine? Did he really think he was some prince who could go wherever he wanted? Pathetic. Where I apply is none of your business, is it? Also, you've really mastered the art of spying on people's private information. It's truly impressive. Makes me wonder if you spied on someone's test to get your scores. Sam, I just accidentally saw your application. Do you have to accuse me of cheating on my SATs? Ethan managed to squeeze out a few crocodile tears. Tisk, another two-faced drama queen. Sam, Ethan didn't mean to spy on your application. Besides, your laptop was just sitting here. Anyone walking by would have seen it. Do you have to be so hostile towards him? And someone was so adamant the other day about not being a simp anymore. But look at you. The moment you saw I applied to UC Irvine, you came running. Since you've already applied to UC Irvine, I'll forgive you for what you said to me before. But today, you accused Ethan of cheating on his SATs, and you have to apologize to him. Seeing Chloe's self-righteous expression and Ethan's smug look, I almost lost my temper and hit someone. But I hadn't falsely accused Ethan. After the exams, I had accidentally overheard Ethan telling his friend how he'd peeked at the answers of the person in front of him for a few questions, bragging about how lucky he was that he had good eyesight. He knows perfectly well whether I'm lying or not. And let me be clear, my applying to UC Irvine has absolutely nothing to do with you, Chloe. Don't flatter yourself. The thought makes me sick. Sam, stop making excuses. You're obviously still in love with me. You found out I was applying to UC Irvine, and you came chasing after me. Excuse me, Maya interjected. Sam had the idea to apply to UC Irvine back when he was in San Diego, and I'm quite sure he wouldn't go to UC Irvine for a woman who isn't worth his time. Maya had a faint smile on her face the whole time, but for some reason it made me feel completely at ease. And just as I expected, after Maya spoke, Chloe got even angrier. Who asked you, an outsider, to speak? Besides, Sam and I have a childhood engagement. To put it bluntly, Sam is going to marry me and be my husband one day. Are you trying to seduce him right in front of his fiancée? Smack. I couldn't take it anymore. I slammed my hand down on the table next to us, creating a loud bang. Chloe, it's bad enough that you're a mess, but now you're trying to slander other people. And for the record, the engagement is off. You and I have nothing to do with each other anymore. Also, by saying that, are you trying to tell everyone here that Ethan is the other man? After I said that, a wave of murmurs and jeers rippled through the crowd. Most of it was about Ethan being a homewrecker and a bad influence at such a young age. Ethan burst into tears and ran off. Ethan, that's not what I meant! After shooting me a furious glare, Chloe ran after him. Maya, I'm so sorry. You were just kindly helping me with my application, and you ended up getting dragged through the mud. It's okay. I'm more worried about you having to put up with insults like that. I'm used to it. Maya, thank you so much for today. It's getting late, and I should head home. I don't want my family to worry. All right, if you have any more questions about the school, feel free to ask me anytime. Thanks, Maya. I really appreciate it. When I got home, my dad told me that Chloe's mother wanted me to come over to their house tomorrow night to discuss canceling the engagement. My dad wanted to go with me, but my grandmother suddenly fell ill and was hospitalized, so he had to go to the hospital to take care of her. Before he left, my dad told me to call him immediately if anything happened. I figured nothing would happen. After all, it was just about canceling an engagement. The next evening, when I arrived at the Andersons' house, Chloe wasn't back yet. Chloe's mother, Mrs. Anderson, was very warm and welcoming, but I didn't want to stay long. Mrs. Anderson, I'm only here today to discuss canceling the engagement. Chloe and I are adults now, and the engagement was just a verbal agreement between you and my parents when we were children. It's not legally binding. Besides, I don't have romantic feelings for Chloe, so it's best we cancel it. Sam, didn't you used to adore Chloe? You even said that when you grew up you wouldn't marry anyone but her. Did that girl do something to make you angry? When she gets back, I'll give her a good talking to for you. I felt a bit awkward. I had indeed said those things as a child. But back then, I liked Chloe. Now, all I felt for her was disgust. Mrs. Anderson, those were just silly things I said as a kid. You can't take them seriously. Besides, Chloe already has some… Before I could finish, someone suddenly splashed tea all over me. Thankfully, it wasn't hot. Are you okay? Look, your clothes are all dirty. Why don't you go change in the guest room? It's fine, Mrs. Anderson, really. It's no big deal, and I'm leaving soon anyway. How can you say that? Your clothes are soaked. What if you catch a cold? Mrs. Anderson, really, it's… Before I could finish again, Chloe's mother pushed me into a room. And inside, a set of clean clothes was already laid out. Just then, a maid came in with a glass of milk, saying Mrs. Anderson was worried I'd get cold and had someone warm it up for me to settle my stomach. But I've never liked milk, especially not warm milk. You can just leave it there. I'll drink it after I change. But just as I was about to finish changing, the door opened again. It was Chloe. I instinctively pulled my shirt down. Thankfully, she probably didn't see much, maybe just a sliver of my lower back. My mom was right. You are still in love with me. Now you're even coming to my house, trying to seduce me by taking your clothes off, aren't you? Sam, I don't get why you're being so dramatic. It's not a shameful thing to be in love with me. I admit that joke before went a little too far, but it's been so long. You can't hold on to it forever, can you? Since you've already gone this far, I won't spoil the mood. Let's just forget all the unpleasantness between us. So, let's get started. Chloe started walking toward me. In a panic, I grabbed the glass and threw it at her. Sam, are you insane? Chloe's eyes were red, and the hand covering her forehead was covered in blood. I think you're the ones who are insane. I pulled out my phone to call the police, but Chloe's mother rushed in and stopped me. Sam, don't call the police. It was me. It was all my fault. It was my idea to try and force you and Chloe together. Chloe didn't know anything. It was all me. Mrs. Anderson cried, grabbing my hand tightly to stop me from dialing. Sam, the first time I saw you when you were 5, I already adored you. I knew then that you were the son-in-law for me. I thought you loved Chloe. I've seen it with my own eyes all these years. That's why I wanted to help make it happen for you two. So you put something in that glass of milk? My hand started to tremble with delayed fear. I'm sorry, I was wrong. It's all my fault, Sam. Please, I'm begging you, don't call the police, okay? I'm on my knees. Mrs. Anderson knelt on the floor, her face streaked with tears. Mom, do you know what you're doing? No matter how low I get, I would never force someone into something. You've ruined me. They started blaming each other, but I couldn't hear a word they were saying. If I had drunk that milk, would I right now be with Chloe? And I would have been trapped for the rest of my life by this scheme. I would have been forced to marry Chloe because my innocence was taken. Marry the same woman who once tried to hire people to ruin me. Ugh. I suddenly felt like I was going to be sick. Sam, please don't call the police, okay? Just think about how for all these years I've treated you even better than my own daughter. Please, just forgive me this one time, okay? It was true. For years, Chloe's mother had always been incredibly kind to me, even more so than to Chloe. I once really believed I would become her son-in-law. But she drugged me. Why would she do this to me? Why? Cancel the engagement. Okay, whatever Sam says. We'll cancel the engagement. Mom, I don't agree. I didn't do anything wrong. Why should we cancel it? Chloe, Sam doesn't love you anymore. Just let him go. Let yourself go, too. At that moment, I just wanted to get out of there, to escape that filthy, disgusting place. Sam, I don't agree. And I was a victim in this, too, so I don't agree to canceling the engagement. Chloe grabbed my hand, her face a mask of defiance. Weren't you the one who tried to hire people to ruin my reputation just to get me away from you? Now I'm giving you what you wanted. What's the problem? You don't agree? Or are you just that pathetic, Chloe? Sam, it's not like that. I was just joking that day. I didn't really mean to. Let go of me, Chloe. I'm not letting you go. In the end, it took the help of a maid to finally pull Chloe off me. The moment I was free, I fled from that house. When I got home, I locked myself in my room and didn't go anywhere. I told my dad that if Chloe came looking for me again, he should not, under any circumstances, open the door. My dad saw my red-rimmed eyes and kept asking what happened, but I couldn't bring myself to say it. I never wanted to mention that night again. After a while, my dad gave up asking, but he did keep his promise and never opened the door for Chloe again. Later, when my acceptance letter arrived, I knew it was time to pull myself together. I had been accepted to UC Irvine. My new life, a life that was truly mine, was finally beginning. That day, Maya texted me. She asked if I got into UC Irvine. When I replied, Maya was thrilled for me and offered to take me out to dinner to celebrate me becoming her underclassman. I agreed. After all, I hadn't been out in a very long time. Freshman, congratulations on getting into your dream university. Thanks, Maya. By the way, on the first day of school, if you don't know anything, need help with your stuff, or need someone to show you around, you can always find me. My first instinct was to refuse, feeling like I would be bothering her, but Maya spoke again. I volunteer every year during freshman move-in. Besides, it's my duty to help out an underclassman. Well, in that case, thank you in advance for the help. During dinner, Maya and I talked a lot, mostly about school and our plans for the future. After dinner, Maya suggested we go see a movie. I figured that as friends, watching a movie was fine, so I agreed. But as soon as we stepped out of the restaurant, I ran into Chloe. At first I was startled. I had never seen Chloe looking so disheveled, but I had no intention of talking to her. Sam, it's been over a month. Shouldn't you be over it by now? For the first time ever, there was a hint of pleading in Chloe's voice. Are you someone so important that I should waste my time being mad at you for so long? I said with cool detachment. Good. Since you're not mad anymore, let's get back together. A flicker of excitement appeared in Chloe's eyes. If I remember correctly, we canceled the engagement a month ago. I never agreed. Sam, you've chased me for over a decade. If you're not with me, who else could you be with? Are you really going to throw away the several years of feelings between us just like that? Why not? I told you I'm not desperate for you, Chloe. And my life stopped including you the day you planned to ruin my reputation. Also, I love fiercely and hate fiercely. I can pick things up and put them down. Without you, there will be a next one, and a next one after that. So, Chloe, you're out of the game. Maya, let's go. I won't let you. Sam, is she the next one? This homewrecker? Chloe grabbed my wrist, her grip furious. I frowned in annoyance. Chloe, I'm warning you, don't act like a rabid dog, biting anyone you see. You're the one who's a complete mess, yet you're here acting all high and mighty, pointing fingers at others. Chloe, you have no shame. My face was a canvas of contempt for her. Sam, I can explain about Ethan. I was just messing around with him. I didn't have real feelings for him. He's not like you. If Ethan heard that, he'd probably be so heartbroken he'd jump off a bridge. After all, Ethan was head over heels for Chloe, constantly finding new ways to brag to me about how far they'd gotten. Chloe, you're genuinely disgusting. Now let go of me. I struggled, but Chloe's grip was surprisingly strong. Excuse me, didn't you hear him tell you to let go? Maya stepped forward and gave Chloe a firm shove, sending her stumbling back a few steps. It was only then that I really looked at Maya. She was quite a bit taller than Chloe, and her posture was much more confident and straight. So, was I blind before? How could I have fallen for trash like that? Chloe, right? In all my life, I've never seen such a shameless and overly confident drama queen. What, you want your cake and to eat it too? You can't be that greedy in life, or you'll choke. What's it to you? What, you like Sam too? Trying to play the damsel saving the hero? Take a look at yourself. Is your family rich? You think you can win someone over with just a few words? In today's world, what matters is power. If you don't have it, get lost. I wasn't aware that power came from one's family. I thought it was something you built yourself. But what a coincidence. You've heard of Grant Corp, right? That's my family's. Oh, and Linwood Industries? That's mine. Is that enough power for you? After Maya spoke, Chloe was visibly stunned. You think I'll believe you just because you made up a few names? Let me tell you, I, Chloe Anderson, am not easily scared. You have a phone, don't you? You can look it up yourself. You witch, stop putting on an act. Enough, Chloe. I'll say this one last time. In the future, I, Sam Price, could be with anyone, but it will never, ever be you. Because you're not worthy. You make me sick. Let's go, Maya. This time, Chloe didn't try to stop me. She was probably intimidated by what Maya had said. At the entrance to the movie theater, I thanked Maya. Maya, thank you for helping me out back there. If you hadn't said those things to scare her, I'd probably still be stuck there. Those things were true. This time it was my turn to be stunned. Maya smiled and explained. Grant Corp is my father's company. After I started college, I began my own business. I founded Linwood Industries 2 years ago. My mother's last name is Lynn, so I named it after her. No wonder I always thought Maya was different from other college students. Her mannerisms and conversation always seemed too mature. As it turned out, she was already a company CEO. Maya, I'm sorry. What for? It's no big deal. You don't need to apologize. Later, Maya and I went to see a new comedy that had just come out. I almost died laughing. Maya, though, was so composed. She barely cracked a smile. After that day, Chloe never bothered me again, but I started hanging out at Maya's company a lot. My major was artificial intelligence, and I'd been interested in it since I was a kid. Coincidentally, Maya's company specialized in R&D in that field, so I often went there to ask her questions. Soon, it was time for school to start. I went with Maya. Over the summer, Maya and I had become very close. So I told my dad not to make the trip with me. Having Maya was enough. But as soon as we entered the school gates, someone snatched my suitcase. I looked, and of course, it was Chloe again. I wasn't surprised that Chloe could get into UC Irvine, but I really didn't want to see her or have any contact with her ever again. "Give me back my suitcase." I didn't give her a friendly look. "Sam, I know I was immature before and did a lot of wrong things, but I truly know I was wrong. So I plan to pursue you again. Will you give me that chance, please?" "No. And Chloe, who wants to be pursued by you? You're insane." Chloe was really disgusting me. A scumbag like her thought she was worthy of chasing me. Was I some pathetic loser destined to be entangled with a train wreck like Chloe for the rest of my life? Thankfully, Maya snatched my suitcase back. "Sam, I won't give up. And I will win you back. After all, you used to love me so much." Ugh, I seriously wanted to puke. I grabbed Maya and hurried away, afraid that if I stayed another second, I'd throw up right there. But on the first day of class, I saw Chloe again. She was in my class. It seemed she had changed her major to follow me. After all, I had told her many times before that I wanted to study artificial intelligence. At lunch in the cafeteria, just as Maya and I sat down, Chloe came over with her tray and sat down next to us. I just ignored her. "Maya, I saw a lot of clubs recruiting today. It would be great if there was an AI club." "There is. I'm the president. I'll take you there directly later." "Really? That's awesome. Thank you so much." "We're such good friends now, don't mention it." "You're right. We're practically family, haha. Try this braised chicken leg. It's the cafeteria's signature dish. It's super popular," Maya said as she picked up the chicken leg from her plate and put it on mine. "He doesn't eat chicken. So, Maya, you still don't know him as well as I do. What can I say? We're childhood sweethearts." Chloe confidently tried to take the chicken leg from my bowl, but I stopped her. "Who says I don't eat chicken? Chicken is delicious. Why wouldn't I eat it?" I said. And then, right in front of Chloe, I ate the entire chicken leg, bite by bite. It was true that I didn't used to eat chicken, but over the summer, I discovered that it was actually delicious. Just like the old me, who thought I loved Chloe so much I couldn't marry anyone else. But as it turned out, I could live perfectly well without her. After lunch, Maya and I left, leaving Chloe frozen in her seat. Later, Chloe kept trying all sorts of ways to pursue me, sending flowers and all kinds of gifts. I didn't accept any of them, nor did I pay her any attention. I was curious, though. Had she just abandoned Ethan? After asking around, I found out that Ethan didn't get into UC Irvine and ended up at a bachelor's program far away. Chloe took the opportunity to break things off with him, but none of that had anything to do with me anymore. During college, I was constantly busy with my studies and participated in all sorts of AI competitions at school. Of course, Maya was always there helping me. A year later, Maya confessed her feelings for me, and I accepted. The day Maya and I got together, Chloe went crazy, kneeling on the ground in the quad, begging me not to abandon her, not to leave her. But who cared? She was just a clown. Later on, Chloe changed her major again. As for where she went, I had no interest in knowing. After all, I already had the perfect partner by my side. I believe my future will be very happy because Maya loves me very much. She would never let me suffer even the slightest bit of hurt. And I love her very much too.